Hello guys, welcome back to the news. The former Senate President, Dr. Abubakar Bukola Saraki, has described as cheap politics and trivializing of serious issue. The claim by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio that the call for a transparent and open process to investigate the accusation levied against him by Senator Natasha Akpabio is an attempt to remove a Niger Delta person from the office. In a statement signed by the head of his media office in Abuja, Saraki urged Akpabio to tread carefully, to read his press statement, to understand that there was no suggestion of the Senate President's removal. He advised Akpabio that he should act in the best interest of the legislative institution by ensuring that no reasonable person is left with any doubt about the fact that the allegations raised by the senator were investigated and justifiably dispensed with. According to the statement, Bukola Saraki was drawn to the statement made by Akpabio while addressing the leaders of some youth ethnic groups on Friday that some certain individuals from Kwara and Adamawa states want him removed because he is from the Niger Delta region. Obviously, Akpabio was referring to Bukola Saraki. Ordinarily, Bukola Saraki would have ignored the statement as a sign of the times in which we live now. However, it is underlining move of politicizing and trivializing a serious issue that threatens the integrity, credibility, and importance of the legislature. And this is the reason why, Bukola Saraki said he did not mean to create any misleading impression of the issue on ground. He did not mean to create any misleading impression at all. At the stake in the all-important institution that the National Assembly represents in our democracy. Now, Saraki had commented that Natasha Akpabio Akpabio-Natasha crisis never called on the Senate President to resign or step down. So this is Bukola Saraki addressing and rephrasing rephrasing his statement. He said he never called for Akpabio to resign or step aside. Rather, he urged Akpabio to be very cautious of the fact that perception is reality, and therefore he should have avoided treating the allegations by Natasha in such a manner that it will create a perception that the Senate is an institution which is trying to cover up issues bordering on sexual harassment, gender discrimination, and abuse of office. Bukola Saraki made it clear that his intervention in this matter was neither about Senator Natasha Akpoti. He don't clear Akpabio. Whether her claim was right or not, it wasn't about her. He stated that since the senator has gone public with such allegations against Godswill Akpabio, who is a presiding officer, the image of the institution should have been saved first and foremost through a honest, sincere, open and transparent and an unbiased investigation, which they did not do. So he pointed out that these are the things they failed to do, which obviously now brings this perception that there is something the Senate is trying to hide. There is something Akpabio is trying to hide, and he doesn't want, that particular thing to be reviewed. In a press statement, he also pointed out that there are already existing process recommended in the Constitution, the laws of the land, the Senate rules, the conventions, the precedents to be followed in carrying out this kind of investigation. So Bukola Saraki is of a firm belief that his suggestions were only for the benefit of the legislative institution. Mind you, Bukola Saraki was once a Senate president, so he knows these things. He's only doing so to, for the benefit of the Senate. For the benefit of the Senate. So he made it known that he did not call for Akpabio's resignation. Saraki's comment has nothing to do with Akpabio's political party. It has nothing to do with the region where Akpabio comes from, the Niger Delta region, or whatever region he may hail from. It is not because the incumbent is a member of the APC. It's not because he is from so region. Saraki's comment is solely focused on what's going on in the legislative. So my country people, make una come shook mouth for this matter. This issue is definitely one in which is definitely not one in which Akpabio should exploit ethnic sentiments, political diversions, or regional claims whatsoever. This will neither be in his own interest or that the institution over which he is presiding. So he should face the reality on ground and he should do what is right. He should do what is right. Bukola Saraki believes that when a sensitive matter like this kind of issue, bordering on sexual harassment, gender discrimination, maltreatment of women, comes up anywhere, it evokes the pains that thousands of women across the nooks and crannies of our society experience daily. And thus, when it is raised in an institution like the Senate, it brings an opportunity for the Senate to handle it with utmost openness and transparency to ensure that justice is not only done, but it is glaring for all to see. So Bukola Saraki is only insisting for an open investigation, for a transparent and honest investigation into these allegations being made, because it will ensure that the Senate does not cast an image of an institution that is tolerant of sexual harassment, gender bias, victimization, mistreatment of women, abuse of office, and enthronement of culture of silence. So he noted that having made such investigation, the general public, the international community will have more confidence in the country's legislative institution, which many people in fact, many people do not have such confidence at this moment because of what's happening in the Senate, because of what's happening in the National Assembly. In fact, the National Assembly seems to be more proactive, more active than the Senate. The Senate is the red chamber where most policies, important policies are being made, where they are being discussed. But come on, with what we are seeing, with the way Akpabio is handling everything, now he indirectly, tried to cast this cloud on Saraki. Now Saraki is indirectly calling for his suspension, but Saraki has cleared the air that he wasn't calling for Akpabio's suspension. He's only saying the Senate should do the right thing, which many Nigerians have been calling on Akpabio, the Senate, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that they should do the right thing, instead of trying to look for other excuses and then they sweep this case under the carpet. So guys, I'm dropping here.